Okay, so we're here with Vittorio straight off the back of the keynote, and I have to say you hit it out of the park, Vittorio. That was fantastic, and I think the fact that it was up front of the keynote was brilliant. But just for everyone who's watching and following this, there's a lot of things announced, but can you just perhaps just walk us through at a high level really what the vision, what the strategy is around end-user computing?
So the vision is really to build the platform for the post-PC era. So View and ThinkUp are great products that allow us to turn the desktop into a service, but we need to go to the next level. We need to go to the applications and data. Turn them into services. At that point, we can create a common management framework, a universal broker, which is Horizon, that allows us to deliver the desktop, individual apps, and data to end users on any of their devices.
Yeah, so there were a few key announcements. I mean, in fact, I think my head is still buzzing as Twitter was about what came out there, but perhaps could you just talk about a couple of technologies that were previewed today in the keynote? So
besides announcing 5.0, which kicks butt, we announced the new project called App Blast that allows us to access any Windows application, Mac, or eventually even Linux application from any web browser. So this is not heavy-duty server-based kind of application publishing. This is universal application access. You get a browser, you point it to your desktop, even physical desktop, you get your application on the go in the browser.
So there was a lot of interest in App Blast. That was pretty exciting, and I saw Steve mention Windows, Linux and Mac. So this is not just sort of any PC Windows app, this is really any kind of app at all.
Yeah, you'll see us being very, very agile in shipping the technology and starting from a personal use type of approach that you can just drop it into your physical box and access your applications, and then we're going to take it and integrate it with Horizon and so on and so forth.
Yeah. And another key bit too that came out there is I know on my virtual desktop that Dropbox is just really makes the whole experience work, and to see that now come into part of the product set was exciting. So talk a little bit about Octopus and where that sits.
Man, these guys cannot ship soon enough. It is basically getting the user experience that and the ease of use of Dropbox, but give IT the management capabilities to define the policies on that data. So the data doesn't leave your organization when that employee leaves the company. You can set expiration dates. It's basically, the end-user freedom with IT control.
Yeah, and you mentioned, I think, well, maybe it was Steve, that there was potentially an on-premise or off-premise model around this. So the data could reside inside the enterprise, which is one concern, obviously, with services like Dropbox, or externally. Was that correct? Or maybe you can give us some detail?
Well, that aligns, I think, with our vision as a company, that we want to provide your cloud. We want to give IT their cloud, whether it's their private cloud, on the public cloud, or a combination of the two. And I think as we move these technologies forward, we'll, wherever possible, offer both the on-prem and the in the cloud deployment solution.
Yeah, okay. So, and of course, one thing that you mentioned at the start was not to overshadow that V5 shipped, which of course is here now and ready to use. And there was one tweet I noticed about, was the video conferencing a fix or a hoax? But of course it's not. It's the voice over IP capability is here today. Can you tell us a little bit about the partners who are involved in that and what else you'll be showing at the show?
So View 5, we built an integrated solution. And View has been the best integrated, easiest to use VDI solution. With this release, we're adding unified communication, so you can do, in a scalable way, you can do video and audio in a virtual machine. 3D graphics, so you can have your 3D aero experience in a virtual machine. And then we removed two of the main sales blockers. PC over IP performance over WAN and client proliferation. Now we cover 92% of the devices out there, which basically covers the devices that people really care about.
Thank you very much and have a great show.